I'm sure this scholarship is what you've been waiting for. Yes, it is a highly regarded scholarship for international students, fully funded for masters and PhD at the University of Tasmania in Australia. Oh, yes, I'm sure it's something that you wouldn't want to miss. So let's look into the scholarship and what it entails. So the scholarships are awarded to pursuants or for pursuant of some certain degrees like masters and PhD in Australia. And this is the worth of the scholarship, what it covers. There are scholarships available to cover some or all of the following. So living allowance, tuition fees, relocation allowance. So we're going to dive into it on this video, show you some scholarships. They have so much that you need to really explore. And also the deadlines, key date is essential. So this is the scholarship is called Australian Government Research Training Program, or TP scholarships. It's competitive, of course, all scholarships are competitive, but I would strongly advise you to craft your story well, write it in a way that is compelling. I always use the word compelling, being that something that really keeps the attention of the panel on your own application. So that lies within your story and how you are able to project that out. And also your research proposal, which we're going to touch base on this video and check how to write. And also, if you need help on how to write those, you'll be happy to help you. So the scholarship covers this amount, 34,315 Australian dollars per year. So this is the duration. The duration is 3 years, and masters is this. So international fees, unless a tuition fee scholarship has been awarded to international HDR candidates are charged tuition fees. That is unless they give you this scholarship. So they will charge you tuition fees, but I'm sure you're gonna get the scholarship. So what is the eligibility criteria? So for details on this, you have to check your eligibility criteria here. So they're going to be stipend as well. So scholarship holders are required to accept a bladder's commencement. I'm not going to go through all this, but I'm just going to show you how to find your supervisor, which is really important, and how to go about the entire process, which is essential. So you can read this. They have paid leave as well. Yeah, maternity leave. So all these are about the scholarship. So just read this, which I'm sure you can. Then we go back to the scholarship page. So, what are the key dates and what are other scholarships? So, these are other scholarships. First of all, Australian Government Indigenous Research Scholarship. Here is it. So, this is what it covers you for years and has allowance of 2,000 Canadian dollars. And yeah, we also have Tasmania Graduate Research Scholarship. This it also has this amount for the tuition fees, also open for international here and domestic here. And relocation allowance is $2,000. So they have loads of scholarships on this website for this particular uni. So those are a few. There are again current donors of scholarship. That's Bill Guy Scholarship. Yeah, this is the worth of it per annum, the value of the scholarship. The closing date, this one is already closed. Yeah, that's for PhD or MRS. So that's not our focus today. Our focus is this major scholarship, prestigious, which is Australian Government Research Scholarship. But you can also check others. Even though you don't get into this one, you can check others which I've shown you here. So what are the key dates? You scroll down to the key dates. So because that will enable us to put in our application on time. So this particular one, scholarship round, the first round is closed, both international and domestic is closed. Was That was 1st October. So this one is also closed. So the one that you need to target, which is opened, is international, of course, and domestic good one. So it's the deadline, please, application closing date is February. So that's the one you need to target, which is why I bring this video today. So you have 2 months, to prepare your application and your proposal. So now that we've known the key dates, how do I go about finding my supervisor and apply? That's the next question. So you come up here and click how to apply. Cool, and it takes you here. So applicants should complete an application in conjunction with their supervisory team. Good, which means you need to find your supervisor first. Someone who has indicated or who has your research interest, the same research interest as yours. And also you need to write a cold email to them, which you really need to, like I've specified on other of my videos, your email needs to align with their research interests, and also at least a bit of citing his work or their works, what they've done in the past, also shows that you at least you've taken that time to look at what they've done in the past. And yeah, I think it's a good sign to any potential supervisor. So please indicate in your application, or if you wish to be considered for a scholarship. Of course, you will be, so I will show you. So future candidates should review the scholarship information above and then visit how to apply now. So this is where you would apply. Okay, then say please indicate in the application. So what this application looks like? Yeah, click here, you come down, you see how to apply. First, you need to check that you meet any of these course entry requirements. You check for MRS, you read this entry requirements. I'm sure you need to have your bachelor's degree first, and if you're going for masters, and also if you're going for PhD, you need to get your masters. So that's obvious. No particular thing is really talking about, let's say, English language proficiency. I think it's not mentioned here. Maybe in another page. Yeah, yes, sir, English here. So these are the tests that they accept. I accept IELTS, no band less than 6.5. I think there will be equivalents in terms of exemption route. Yeah, if you were taught in English, where is it? I think so it's somewhere. If you were taught in English, then there will be an exemption for you. Good. So here is it. English language requirement completion within 2 years of your application date of graduate degree, equivalent to this from a recognized tertiary institution, yeah, or at least 1 year of duration. So if you've been taught in English, where the minimum language instruction was English, was entirely English, then you are exempt. So I said it. So that's the clause. So if you're from an English-speaking country, you're taught in English, then yeah, you're exempt from that. So let's quickly go back to those are the key requirements. So once you've done that, you need to then thoroughly check the scholarship, which we've just, this link here took us back to the first page. So you don't come back and check their project, what they have, and select one of the projects. And after selecting one of the projects, which will go down shortly, you choose, then you double check the application closing date, which is essential. Then read the project description carefully, and then use this supervisory form to confirm, to write to your supervisory, your potential supervisor. Okay, let's do like this. Let's go back to available projects. What do they have there? Because you need to apply to the projects that they have in the university. So this is where you filter. So they have about 150 PhD and 9 Masters MNS, and then 141 international, which is where you fall onto. So let's say you want to go for, you are international, you click that, and then you need university funded stipend, which is 134 places. You click that, and then let's say you're going for PhD, and then with PhD in what? This is the categories. Let's say you're going for PhD in information and technology. So you can see it comes out. These are all the scholarships. Look at it, it comes with scholarship 133,000 per annum, which we showed you before. So these are the way it's so the way it is. Then you check it shows applications open. Then you click on this particular one. Let's say you want to go for that one. Then you read about the project, and then this is the funding that is there, which we mentioned. Look at it, fully funded relocation allowance 2,000, tuition fees offset, everything paid for you. If successful, international applicant will receive University of Tasmania fees offset for 4 years. Good. The eligibility criteria, we check this, and selection criteria, masters by research in domain IC. Yeah, that's the requirement. That's for masters. Then you check key dates, which we've also, yeah, checked already. Took us back to the previous one. Yeah, once you are done with that, then you said copy and paste title of the project in the advertisement, submit your CV and a signed supervisory form, which we're going to go back and show you, and then click here to apply. That's how it is. So let's go back to the signed advisory supervisory form. Let's see how it looks like. So you repeat same with masters. If you're going for masters, let me show you. You're going for masters. What is it? Taking me back. Yeah, if you're going for masters, then application, come down here, projects. Yeah, I said come back. If you're going for masters, you tick international, you tick masters, and then these are the list. These are the list of engaged phenomena. These are list of scholarships that are available currently. You can see scholarship 3,000. So you check that if you can't find anything here, like I shared already, there are other scholarships still within the university that you can explore for masters. So let's go to let's complete how to find a supervisor and where the form is. Yeah, go back. Okay, so you are here. Then this is a supervisory form. So once you've chosen your project, the another thing is once you find your project, read everything which I showed you already, read all this. Then you need to develop a mandatory research proposal for about 2 pages, and your proposal needs to cover this. Yeah, this is where we come in. If you need help, we can help you draft a compelling proposal based on your field. Then after that, you submit, and then submitting it with a signed copy of supervisory form. This is how it looks like. So this is how the supervisory form looks like, where you're going to send to your supervisor and they agree that they will be uh, supervising you. So they say prior to applying for higher degree by research, please ensure you contact your proposed supervisor to discuss your suitability for the selected research project. So when doing this, please, you will need to include this form that's here, along with your resume or curriculum vitae, that's your CV, including a full contact details of your two referees. So if the supervisor is willing to support the submission of this research, then they will sign and endorse below. That's how it works. Good. So once you find you're done with this, these are the things that you need: copies of your transcript, curriculum vitae. Then you submit your application via where I told you for it, if it is PhD, where they said this place. Let me show you. Let me just show you. You submit it via available project. Yeah, which that is this particular page for PhD. You click apply. You're not going to apply, but just to show you. Yeah, and then you register here as usual with your details and start the application. It's the same way you're gonna still do if you're going for master's degree. Yeah, so that's how this. it works are pretty simple, but where you need work is your CV, your research proposal, and your cold email to your potential supervisor. That's where the work is. So I really hope that you grab this opportunity before 1st of February 2026. 2026 is the right year for you to gain an opportunity to study abroad. Please let me know where you're watching from and also the country or the comment section. I will meet you there and to interact with you because I know you're all diverse. Yeah, so that's how pretty much about the scholarship. Let me know if you need help on coming with you on the journey. We'll be happy to be of help. And also, we are compiling list of scholarships across the world, like the UK, US, Australia, Europe, and their deadlines. So if you'd like to join the wait list, please go around the comment section to join the wait list to click there and also receive a free study abroad um, plan that will help you start the journey. So do not forget that I'm rooting for you. Please do not stop rooting for yourself. Please like, comment, share this video if you find it helpful, and drop a comment on the comment section. Yeah, to help me bring more of this for you in the future. See you at the top. That's where I belong. The greater you.